top of the morning to you.
Wait a moment.
It is another day in the land of the living. And since we're here, we might as well enjoy the ride together. Good morning. It is Tuesday, June 13th, 2017. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and welcome to this morning's edition of the Mike Prince Show. Well, Golden State finally ended the dreams and hopes of the Cleveland Cavaliers, victorious 129 to 120. It was all KD, all day and all night. Attorney General Jeff Sessions
Wait a moment.
have his turn at the table to talk about who did it and why. Bill Cosby has the jury out on his fate. The 79-year-old will soon know he'll spend the rest of his natural life free and behind bars. The NCAA baseball tournament finally got the missing piece added for the trip to Omaha. Another NCAA report, they've just gone gangster, straight gangster. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Don't forget, we'll be at the Waller Freedom Fest July the 3rd to celebrate Independence Day. We'll be live right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The Southwestern Athletic Conference Media Day, which will be in Birmingham, Alabama, July 14th, will also be live. For that, don't forget our annual football show scheduled for August the 21st. We got so much more to talk about. Is the SWAC Football Championship Bowl game at stake? And a whole lot more. Hello again. How's everybody doing this morning? I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. Don't forget, I can also be tracked down by way of Instagram at OBN Radio. And if that's not enough for you, we got a YouTube channel. It's Open Mic Broadcast Network, OPEN.
Wait a moment.
Capital MIC Broadcast Network. Well, you heard me talk about the NBA Finals on yesterday, how I compared it to pro wrestling, and it is finally over with. Kevin Durant, 30-plus points in each game. Each game. Go figure that one out. Man just did what he had to do. He was the series MVP, and deservedly so. Stephen Curry showed up on yesterday, which proves my point that I mentioned on yesterday. Golden State took off.
Please wait a moment.
They took off. And because they took off, they extended this game, and it is what it is. So cooler heads have prevailed. The Golden State Warriors are champions for the second time in 3 years. LeBron and company will go back, lick their wounds, get ready to try and figure this thing out for the next year. But do we need to kid ourselves? Do we need to fool ourselves? We all know who will be back here next year doing the same thing, same bat channel, and this, that, and the other. And speaking of bat channel, not that it's actually the bat channel, but Wonder Woman, Spider-Man got some movies out, and I'm an old DC guy. I kind of think that's pretty cool. Mr. Jeff Sessions will face the music this morning and continue this debacle that we call our U.S. government. I'm not going to get into all that, but, you know, we got to do what we got to do to get to where we need to get. Meanwhile, the rest of the world keeps on turning. As a matter of fact, Dennis Rodman has now put his 2 cents in on the political realm, if you will. He is now in Korea trying to help smooth over the things. He and Brother Kim are tight. He says he's tight with Trump, so he's going to try and be a mediator, even though he says he's there talking about sports. But we'll see how that holds out. And we'll get back to the baseball series of the NCAA. It is now official that after rain delays, storm delays, Florida and Wake Forest got a chance to resume the missing piece for this NCAA Omaha setup for the College World Series. And it was very interesting, very intriguing. Wake Forest ended up winning the suspended game by the score of 8-6 in 11 innings. And on the rubber match, the series determining who's going to go and advance, found Florida Gators getting on top of Wake Forest, winning by the score of 3-0. So that will set the table for the next series matchup starting June 17th. Cal State Fullerton will be going against Oregon State. And, of course, we've been talking about Mr. Luke Heinrich and his latest challenges that he's dealing with right now. What a tragic on both ends. What a tragic. Florida State will take on LSU. These games are scheduled for June 17th. Cal State Fullerton and Oregon State will be at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Florida State will be taking on LSU at 7 p.m. that night. Then on the next day, June 18th, the Texas A&M Aggies will face up against Louisville. That'll be on Sunday. And that will be at 1. And welcome back. We keep getting our gremlin attacks on this morning, but the show must go on and will go on. And I guess because I'm delivering too much on who I'm going to pick, Louisville or Texas A&M in the Omaha baseball series. And just for the sake of keeping it close to home, we'll pick the Aggies victorious over Louisville. How is that? The Aggies over Louisville to see if they will be able to hoist up the trophy and advance to the World Series and everything involved with the Omaha trip. We're going to take a break, and we'll get right into our main story on the morning. It deals with how the NCAA has gone to what I think is way overboard. We'll explain a little bit more when we return. You're listening to the Mike Prince Show on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
Larry's Automotive, located in the Field Store community of Waller County, is equipped to handle any automotive service or repair on your diesel or gas engine, truck, car, tractor, trailer, or RV motorhome. With in-house financing and scheduled service reminders, Larry's Automotive can handle it all. So give them a call at 936-931-5566, 936-931-5566, or look them up online at larrysautomotive.net. Larry's Automotive is an approved AAA Texas repair facility employing ASC certified technicians and a 2-time Better Business Bureau Awards of Excellence winner in automotive service. That's because they believe in running an honest business with a no-problem guarantee. Remember, every service visit comes with their 12-month, 12,000-mile nationwide warranty on parts and labor. That satisfaction worth the drive. So stop on by or call today, 936-931-5566, 936-931-5566.
And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. It is Attack of the Gremlin Day. It's June 13th, 2017. We're going to go right into our featured story of the day. The NCAA has been known for its power of influence, if you will, and flexing its muscle when need be. If you recall, a few years ago, there was a lawsuit where the players got together and was suing the NCAA for their ability to make money off these young men who, quote unquote, could not receive money for their gifts and talents. And they were saying because of the fact that they were on scholarships, this, that, and the other, that they could not get paid, but the NCAA was making tons and tons of money off of EA Sports, and this, that, and the other. And with all that being said, all that being done, the NCAA has struck again. I'll just get right into what we're talking about. This story is coming by way of USA Today Sports and dealing with a kicker out of the University of Central Florida. Young man happens to be pretty big in the world of YouTube. Young man name is Donald DeLay Hay. Donald DeLay Hay. He has found himself in a pickle with the NCAA due to some videos. The NCAA has required or insisted, influenced, that Hay shuts down his YouTube account. He is a self-made YouTube channel who has accumulated over 53,000 followers on YouTube. 53,000 followers. And this young man is a marketing major at University of Central Florida, and using his gifts, talents, and his love for videography, he has built a huge following. But that's not the problem that the NCAA is having. They're having a problem because with the fact that he has drawn so many followers, he now has advertisers that pay him a little bit for his content. And the kicker was called into a meeting with the NCAA. And he did a little video in regards of how the meeting turned out. But to cut to the chase, the NCAA has told Hay that he is not allowed to make money off of his videos because it would be a violation of the association's rules. Now, this kid's a sophomore, and this is his major. And we all know and understand that to be able to play on a collegiate level, it's a blessing. It's an honor. But it's not his reality. His reality is that the degree that he's earning for marketing and the skills that he's developing and crafting right now through his marketing is what's really going to be with him for the long haul. So the NCAA has pretty much put him in a corner, hemmed him in a corner. Either you continue your scholarship quest and kick for the University of Central Florida, or you relinquish that and continue on making whatever little money you're making from your videos. How harsh is that? When the NCAA is another billion-dollar entity that's making money, tons and tons of money, off of quote-unquote amateur athletes. But yet this young man is doing a legitimate hustle. He's not selling dope. He's not in any illegal, illicit acts. He is simply taking what he's learned, what he's crafting as a college student, 20-year-old college student, to make a little extra change to help offset his expenses, to even help, as he mentioned, to give some of his funding to his mom, to help his mom out as they struggle back home. But they have put this young man in a corner and told him either you continue your video making, which is his passion, or give up football. Now, he's a pretty good kicker, as a fact. He had a total of 37 touchbacks in 2016. And he's on a Division I level, which means he could possibly get a crack to make an NFL team or a professional team. But to have this young man make these choices over something that he's pretty much got a video camera or his phone camera and making some videos apparently that has tweaked the interest of 53,000 followers. But now the NCAA is telling him that he cannot make a little change off of that. What happened to the American dream? What happened to Only in America? What's the difference between this young man going to get a part-time job at a local food eatery, a local hotel? He's getting compensated for that, but yet he uses his own creative juices, his own marketing ability to strike the interest of some advertisers through YouTube, and the NCAA wants to shut him down? Is that what we've come to? Is that encouraging any entrepreneur? Or we really want to put a clamp that hard on this young man who is only doing his passion, who is only staying within his boundaries? Majority of his videos are either on campus, on site somewhere, but nothing too major. But he's got enough content, enough salve and swag about himself that he can get compensated, and we want to penalize him for that. Unreal. I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know what to accept, what to expect. But if you would, hit me on Twitter at Radio Guy, and let me know what you think about Brother Hay and his situation, and how the NCAA really, they got bigger fish to fry than to be trolling this young man and giving him a hard time for being creative. 53,000 followers. Unreal. I got happy over 5,000 followers combined. He has 53,000 on social media, not Twitter, but YouTube. And we're giving him a hard time. You go figure. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the dilemma of Brother Bill Cosby and what he potentially faces. You listen to the Mike Prince Show, an interrupted edition of the Mike Prince Show, but we'll fix all that. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Penny Lucas White, head women's volleyball coach at the Alabama State University. I'm calling to inform you that volleyball kickoff date for all SWAC teams are August 25th. We also will have our first SWAC roundup that will be hosted by Texas Southern University in Houston, Texas on September 22nd through the 24th. Then it will be followed up with the second roundup of the SWAC in Montgomery, Alabama on October 20th through the 22nd on the campus of Alabama State University. Looking forward to seeing you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
The Open Mic Broadcast Network is a community-based radio station that was established in 2002. We have been dedicated to local, regional, and community programming with coverage for high school, collegiate sports, ministries, and information. Our goal is to provide quality, productive, and positive programming that reflects the community that we serve. Visit our website, ktorradio.com and obnradio.com.
How you doing? It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. I want to let you know about the latest and the greatest going on at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We now have a 24-hour, 7 days a week, 365 days a year message line. You simply dial 713-570-6736. Share your information, comments, tidbits, whatever it is going to help enhance our coverage through our local and regional high school and collegiate coverage. Once again, that number is 713-570-6736. And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. We have had every attack that we could, but we have weathered the storm. And speaking of weathering the storm, Brother Bill Cosby is now waiting patiently as the jury is out to determine if he will be guilty or acquitted for the rape charges that has been trumped, I won't say trumped, or being accused of. And the 79-year-old Cosby, who has been reported to be in bad health, is awaiting patiently to see him. For the first time, his wife Camille showed up and was there by his side for support as the jury is out deliberating right now. And you got to imagine that he and his family are on pins and needles, just as the accuser's family on pins and needles on how the outcome is going to be about all of this. But with all this is said and done, it has been a very intriguing quest, if you will, and I don't believe he's going to be out of the waters just yet. There were 13 other alleged victims throughout the court case to sit and listen at bated breath on every word that was being said throughout these trial of Mr. Bill Cosby. Now, the defense for Cosby didn't speak long. As a matter of fact, they said it was maybe a 6-minute argument. And they said, hey, this was consensual. Everything worked out what it worked out. And, of course, the prosecutor is saying that regardless of the fancy lawyer and the dream team, you can put together your own words of what's going to end up being the dagger. And right now, there's still, as we speak at this time, are still in deliberation on the fate of Bill Cosby. And if this happens to be the end of the freedom of Bill Cosby, what a way to spend your golden years, huh? Behind the bars. And then what a way to have relief to be vindicated if all this is water under the bridge. So we'll be waiting. We'll be reporting on all of that, reminding you, you can follow us on Twitter at Radio Guy. Instagram is OBN Radio. And don't forget that you can follow us on Facebook at Open Mic Broadcast Network, just as you can on YouTube at Open Mic Broadcast Network. We don't have 53,000 followers, but we're trying to get there. Our time has really been interrupted today, but we must stick to our schedule, and we must be due diligence of the reporting that we do here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I want to thank you all so much. Remember to follow us, keep up with us, join us each and every morning right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Until the next time, you be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.